swaggers couldn't deliver pizzas. Flows inconsistent, voice irritating. Brainwash fans get a taste of the antidote. I snatch the mic with a force to leave your hand broke. Keep the cable, mine is cordless. Inside of my mind 1,000 explosions. Inside of your brain the fuse is blown. We ain't the same, so don't confuse the tones. Intro, outro, lyrical, psycho. Caught in the middle with a pad and a biro. Heavyweight, catalyst, risk taker, gambler. You're just a featherweight, big behind your manager. Your credentials spells that you're hopeless. Ain't nothing sellable, crown king of jokers. Keep your mouth shut, keep your eyes open. Change your style, cause your style is broken. Active, energetic style. Yours is the opposite, step to the side. Go through the motions, you lack the feeling. Look what you did now, the crowd is leaving. Stick to the plan, war is at hand. Friend or foe, I stole your fans. Kill your clan, for world domination. The audience stands and stares in amazement. More embarrassing, no comparison. Beaten to a pulp with the line when you're battling. All comes back again, now I remember. You were in a crew but they dropped you as a member. You were the wackest, hogging the limelight. Not a team player, glued to the mic. Idiots fall for the hype. Why? You ain't an MC, you're here for the ride. Now you're a star, acting the big man. Spliff in the mouth, in the hand was a beer can. Walking the street stand dressed like a gangster. Mr. Big Shot, you're worse than cancer. Think that your LP was bigger than Jesus? How you funny, following the leaders. Like camera, action, stamina. Powerful vocals, crush all amateurs. Hunt like a hawk, streets that I walk. Ain't safe to be alone in, so watch what you talk. Speak when told, be bold when it's cold. Or you ain't gonna last, cause you ain't got the soul. You lack the minerals, need the vitamins. Ain't on my level and my flows cause you're shivering. Freeze, you're all up in the place with your head large. You're finished, my brain is charged. B.L.A.D.E. Full war. I must have been blind. I feel like I'm a lion tranquilized, taken out of the jungle, forced into a cage, looking for a way to escape. I find it hard to relate, my environment is changed. I'm a man deranged, living in the land of the strange. Trapped in a mind prison, nobody listens. Surrounded by 4 walls, a bed and a pot to piss in. My energy's drained, I'm starving again. An animal chain and I'm forced to use force to combat the pain. My shadow is my companion. I'm standing alone in the room with no one to talk to. Tell me what's happening. Lost all track of time, I can't tell if it's night or day. I look at the ceiling while I get down on my knees and pray. There's got to be a better way, spirits help me. There's nothing to eat, I ain't sleeping, it ain't healthy. I'm trapped and I won't survive if I don't adapt in this habitat. I'm a prisoner losing the plot, going mad. I refuse to retire to the thought that this is meant to be. Think back to the days when I was thinking straight mentally. My dad told me on his deathbed, you create your own destiny. Satan, I know you're listening, stop testing me. I don't belong here, case of mistaken identity. You imprisoned the wrong person, is this the end for me? These walls that surround me could potentially be the death of me, but I refuse to quit till I breathe the last breath in me. I can feel it, there's a strong force protecting me. An angel that was sent down from the heavens to connect with me. Eventually you won't have to pretend to be something that you ain't. Swallow your pride while you drown in the intensity. At the start of the century a spirit came to me and told me to believe in me, and a stranger would eventually rescue me and permanently break down the walls of this mind penitentiary. And at the end an unstoppable character would represent me. Hard to tell and even harder to excel, but it's heartfelt and it's hell when you're stuck inside of a cell. It's just you and your thoughts, 4 walls and no windows and no doors, designed so a rebel can't rebel. Your mind plays tricks, you start seeing things. You ain't as focused as you were when once you were a king of kings. Now you're a broken man, cause once upon a time you were an outspoken man that couldn't see eye to eye with defeat in hand. You're damned, it's like you're stuck inside of a can and it's almost impossible to escape, cause that's their plan. But I'm a fighting, surviving man with lightning flying out of my hands to rip apart the walls of this concrete can. My escape is inevitable, and with the help of the gods and the angels and the spirits, the force that we are is indelible. These walls will no longer be a burden now that they're broken down. Shine the lights in my direction and raise the curtains. Escape. B.L.A.D.E, Baby J, full war. Yeah. Surefire, dedicated experts with steel mics, cause panic on point. Purified raw rhymes, execution 33 revolutions, hold tight. Sitting in darkness, beats on, no lights. Mind captures thoughts, thoughts reach the mouth. Mouth opens up and all the words come out. Concepts are caged, trained to be tamed. Too revolutionary, too scared to change. Lyrically artistic, you're a dimwit. Flow like a hurricane, unpredictable, mystic. Powerful gale force, impact imminent. Your style is silicon, you're insignificant. Heat wave, self-destructive, rebel mic wars. Audio, interface, rappers with no jaws. Management, compressed, limited options. Amplifiers, amplified poetry in motion. MCs just wanna rhyme. DJs just wanna scratch. MCs just wanna rhyme.
The mic is smoking.
DJs just wanna scratch. Sharks in the ocean, fish in a fishbowl. 2-second memories, London is too cold. Brainwave, master the trade, make it a slave. Digital, dynamic, use what God gave. Bold and brazen, too bloody amazing. Champion League material, we're crazy. Death-defying feats with sample trigger, happy action. Names on posters, read the captions. Cold, precise, calculated as the Arctic. Opposition is lame, lazy, lethargic. Input, audio devices, priceless. Sequence the flight pattern, journey excites us. No discs needed, warriors live here. Gladiator mentality explodes this year. Helicopter propeller blades in combat. What's he rhyming about? Shit, he's gone mad. MCs just wanna rhyme. DJs just wanna scratch. MCs just wanna rhyme.
The mic is smoking.
DJs just wanna scratch. Spit it out, 2 tense, defender, guardian, patience, young man, spit it with a vengeance. Breakthrough artist, recycle the doo-doo. Use a little brain power, watch what we do. Pure cellophane, see through its business. Deadlines here now, God is my witness. High flyer campaign, punch bag puncher. Stamina increases, hands of a bone crusher. I'm such a suspect character. Beat the mic to a pulp and blame it on that actor. Swallow the bitter pill, you ain't ill, you ain't real, you ain't got no sex appeal. I feel electrified, brutal with equipment, menace to the neighbors, even from a distance. This ain't for infants in need of excitement. Samurai trained, heavyweight mind command. MCs just wanna rhyme. DJs just wanna scratch. MCs just wanna rhyme.
The mic is smoking.
DJs just wanna scratch. The streets are rugged, screw faces are faceless. You won't survive if you ain't close to being amazing. Tie your laces, run for your life, boy. They could jack you for anything, people died for phones. Your wheels are now an extension to your character. Your personality's a clone of a million others. Hidden agendas, cold and heartless. It's a competition to see who can be the darkest. All shapes and sizes, who governs the law? The uniform is a symbol that symbolizes favoritism. Everyone's a rebel, why you walking with the nose up? We torture with the music just to show we ain't the same. Ready for action, bro, I'm the catalyst. I don't give a fuck about your rules cause they're man-made. Concrete tower blocks, steel frame skyscrapers. The news that's twisted in the papers are scandalous. Routines and formulas provoke a few changes. My shoulders are still scarred from when I carried the world. tear the skin to expose a humanoid, trained to destroy when the computers break down. Viral infection spreads like the plague. Nobody is safe, let the brave go first. Your worst nightmare starts right here. Programmed to fear, you're lost in the alcohol. Money is tight, so you blaze away the garden weed. It's hard indeed, I hide behind the curtain frame. Paint a smile on my face just to disguise the pressure. Talk to the fish in the bowl just to escape life. The mirror reflects an image I don't recognize. The pit of the earth is just around the corner. This cap ain't worn for fashion, it's a disguise. Hides the eyes from uninvited visitors. Intelligent con men don't try to con a con man. Consider the symbol of me breaking the truce. Forgive me, Father, cause I'm about to sin again. Just to protect whatever's mine, unleash the dogs, pit bull terriers, system of the damned. The fire is raging, the crazy man lives. You can kiss my vinyl, raise the alarm. It's a free-for-all with no mercy for informants. Take a lie detector test to test you. Don't do what the West do, I never follow guidelines. Blueprints of a maniac on the loose. Don't confuse me with the boy that you once knew. Extra, extra, see it on your TV screen. The streets are mean and overflooded with vermin. Caution when you approach any man with a balaclava, cause he's bound to have had a fallout with his girlfriend. The end is near, lend an ear. Bend the fear, suspend the tear, send me to another year. What are you gonna do? I resigned to the idea that things would never go according to the way that I planned them. I even called all of my friends to try to find me the solution, but I just couldn't understand them. I gave up on everything and couldn't give a damn if I survived or not. I couldn't find the answers. I even tried to get a job but was rejected every time because they couldn't see past their glasses. I lived music and sacrificed everything that I had, but the breaks just kept eluding me. What was I supposed to do? I tried everything, but everything that I tried just kept confusing me. Then my girlfriend told me she was expecting, and at first I wasn't prepared for the responsibilities. I walked away from this because I was too scared to be a dad, and I asked myself, how could I do this?
I found a reason to keep living. I found a reason to keep living.
I was lucky she accepted me with open arms and tried to convince me the way that I was feeling is normal. I made her a promise that I'd always be there for her and my child and that everything was gonna be fine. We struggled for a while and stood side by side, and both were looking forward to the birth of the child. We could hear his heart beating while he was in the womb, and when he kicked, that made us smile. I put aside all the negative thoughts and I promised myself I'll be a great dad and a provider. I'll focus hard and never give up on anything. That boy turned me into a survivor. I'd hate to think what could have happened if I just kept on walking and never turned back again. He ain't just my son, he's the reason why I'm still alive. And you know what? He's my best friend. I found a reason.
I found a reason to keep living. I found a reason to keep living.
Yo. An army of Barmy rappers and everyone on the verge of going crackers. The madness begins, let's just see what happens when the enemy approaches. The soldiers are armed and ready and deadly with lyrics for weapons, and the attack is incredibly rapid and swift. The gift of the gab, these rappers are mad, battered and bad. Vocal acrobats that ain't for grabs. Forget it, you're finished, you're permanently cut. The size diminished, done to never be heard again. Fuck it, you're over with.
My rhymes are phenomenal, they rip apart your abdominals. They make your ears bleed and ribs collapse like dominoes. I'm sick with it, the sick lyrics, liquid, you could kill a spliff with it. Flows like lava, they can't be stopped, so I don't get it twisted. Buy my rhymes about your power lines and cut your phone off. Breaking your house and break your mic and break your spotty dome off. We're devastating like trains that jump off the rails. B.L.A.D.E gave me a mission and I died before I failed. I feel the music, like a shot in the veins or Evander Holyfield. Beat in your brains, never be the same as it was in 93 from a young seed. In the womb came me, it's plain to see in this world ain't nothing for free except the love from a mother to a young baby. No maybes, gotta accept the truth. Get that dough, get that money, build a school for the youths.
Overstand, I walk a line with a vulture's plan on roads of sand with a scope to free souls of man. Oppose your fan, but drop you where your soldiers stand. The flows are nang, broken slangs to show some hands. If you stepped up to trading bars to manage, my spits hit like the impact of car crashes. I'm past average, the dark savage, your car rappers into art graphics, start to have it with harsh panic.
I'm broke, so I'm robbing a bank just to fill your pockets up to the top when you're walking the plank. I'm the captain, cannons are dismembered in your head, you better check and certify the temper in my threads. Cigarettes don't kill me, I'm killing cigarettes, making love with my butler and leaving beds in the hedge. Plus I'm robbing Richmond, flowing flares so I know you're scared. Come over here so we can throw you back over there.
Ain't nobody stopping me, flopping me, you don't bother me. Ain't nobody blocking me, shocking me, check, follow me. Moves like Monopoly, think big like the lottery, astronomy. We all stars, chase, copy me. Honestly, note this down, it's official, see. Really we do this for real, ain't no mystery. Listen to me, I see where your sting rock stings. With vibes knocking, dropping, you're clocking, I keep on popping, oh. B.L.A.D.E, Baby J, featuring Laurissa. You ready? Come on, let's go. Against all the odds, you can defeat the demons. The voices inside of your mind constantly screaming. Battle off the wills, foundation is built. It all depends on you, go for the kill. This is the life you chose, the road you took. Look at the circumstances, now you're hooked. Tried to play by the books, the doors just never open. You ain't the only one on the street with his heart broken. There's millions of us that get a similar rush, and we've all been tempted to add a criminal touch. But trust me, stick with it, your time's around the corner. I can smell the aroma, the aura of a performer. I know it's hard, but you know that you're capable. See those walls in your way, all of them are breakable. Don't listen to the words that mess with your mind. You ain't got far to go, this is your time.
It's all down to you. Choose what you want.
It's your time.
If you wanna only try, wave on by.
Three-quarters of the world can relate to your story. I know, I've been there was millions there before me. And everybody's worn the t-shirt and cried the tears. Nothing ever changes, it's worse for pioneers. Believe in yourself just like the ones that came before you. People making promises but don't do nothing for you. Your self-esteem is the force that can push your dream. Never let that slip, you got to be a fiend. Keep pushing in your dream is bound to be born. As long as you can take the pressure and ride the storm, everything is gonna be fine, the planets align. There's something in the air and you can feel that this is your time. Even the sky's different, even the deaf listen. Even the blind can see there's ways around the system. Don't listen to the words that mess with your mind. You ain't got far to go, this is your time.
It's all down to you. Choose what you want.
It's your time.
If you wanna only try, wave on by. It's all down to you. Choose what you want.
It's your time. She's gone. She had the world at her feet, born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Her dad was in the world of entertainment, never struggled to eat. Lived on a street paved with trees in a detached home. Had her own car when she was 16 and 3 mobile phones. The fridge was never empty, her friends were over-friendly. The kind of life that people would kill for, but evidently the smile on her face was painted on. She wasn't happy. Dad was never home, her mom was alcoholic and too snappy. One day she packed her bags and left home without no warning. In search of a better life, her hell began the next morning. Went to get something to eat, to return to find her car was stolen. Minutes later she was mugged and left on the streets heartbroken. Her phones were taken, her purse, the keys to the house, and credit cards. Till now I don't think she realized that life could be so harsh. She begs for 20 pence so she can phone her mom, but she ain't home. Now she realizes she's all alone.
She chose this road, hopelessly broke. Can't see her way through the smoke, addicted to coke. A slave to this bloke, suffocating the hopes.
It's hard to cope and far from a joke. She's young, well-presented, vibrant, and a fine looker. Some guy accidentally mistakes her for a hooker. She's stranded on the streets and falls asleep on a pavement, and wakes up at the feet of this guy who claims he can save her. She's naive, sheltered from the badness in the world. He tells her what she wants to hear and she believes every word. He takes her back to his and provides her with shelter while she's homeless. Feeds her and she don't have to pay him, that's the bonus. 5 weeks later, his situation has changed. He's got to pay some extra cash for things that weren't arranged. He tells her he can make her rich with him as a pimp. If she sells the body for cash, she's cool with that, she's down with him. One thing leads to another, so now she's pregnant for the man. When she tells him, he beats her up, says he don't give a damn. He says she owes him, he owns her, she's too scared to respond. She cries herself to sleep, wishing she was back at home with her mom. She chose this road, hopelessly broke. Can't see her way through the smoke, addicted to coke, enslaved to this bloke, suffocating the hopes. It's hard to cope and far from a joke. Time elapses, she's depressed, the pain increases. She's at the lowest she's ever been, looking for something to release this. Lost all contact with her family, she turns to drugs. All she wants is to see her mom again and get a couple of hugs. The man's destroyed her spirit, ripped out her heart. She ain't a nice girl no more, she's bruised and scarred. Verbally she's abusive, mentally she's out of her mind. Physically she's dangerous, but can't see this cause she's blind. And she moves further and further away from the better memories, drowns herself in her sorrows while listening to bitter melodies. And any songs the radio plays she recollects from a time with her mom and her dad she just can't bear to listen to. Smokes and drinks, sells her body for material things, living in the land of the lost and accepting all the shit it brings. She's been abandoned, walking the streets of Camden, watching the normal people, but now she just doesn't understand them. She chose this road, hopelessly broke. Can't see her way through the smoke, addicted to coke, enslaved to this bloke, suffocating the hopes. It's hard to cope and far from a joke. She's gone. She's gone. She had the world at her feet, born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Her dad was in the world of entertainment, never struggled to eat. Lived on a street paved with trees in a detached home. Had her own car when she was 16 and 3 mobile phones. The fridge was never empty, her friends were over-friendly. The kind of life that people would kill for, but evidently the smile on her face was painted on, she wasn't happy. Dad was never home, her mom was alcoholic and too snappy. One day she packed her bags and left home without no warning. In search of a better life, her hell began the next morning. Went to get something to eat, to return to find her car was stolen. Minutes later she was mugged and left on the streets heartbroken. Her phones were taken, her purse, the keys to the house, and credit cards. Till now I don't think she realized that life could be so harsh. She begs for 20 pence so she can phone her mom, but she ain't home. Now she realizes she's all alone. She chose this road, hopelessly broke. Can't see her way through the smoke, addicted to coke, enslaved to this bloke, suffocating the hopes. It's hard to cope and far from a joke. She's young, well-presented, vibrant, and a fine looker. Some guy accidentally mistakes her for a hooker. She's stranded on the streets and falls asleep on a pavement, and wakes up at the feet of this guy who claims he can save her. She's naive, sheltered from the badness in the world. He tells her what she wants to hear and she believes every word. He takes her back to his and provides her with shelter while she's homeless. Feeds her and she don't have to pay him, that's the bonus. 5 weeks later, his situation has changed. He's got to pay some extra cash for things that weren't arranged. He tells her he can make her rich with him as a pimp. If she sells the body for cash, she's cool with that, she's down with him. One thing leads to another, so now she's pregnant for the man. When she tells him, he beats her up, says he don't give a damn. He says she owes him, he owns her, she's too scared to respond. She cries herself to sleep, wishing she was back at home with her mom. She chose this road, hopelessly broke. Can't see her way through the smoke, addicted to coke, enslaved to this bloke, suffocating the hopes. It's hard to cope and far from a joke. Time elapses, she's depressed, the pain increases. She's at the lowest she's ever been, looking for something to release this. Lost all contact with her family, she turns to drugs. All she wants is to see her mom again and get a couple of hugs. The man's destroyed her spirit, ripped out her heart. She ain't a nice girl no more, she's bruised and scarred. Verbally she's abusive, mentally she's out of her mind. Physically she's dangerous, but can't see this cause she's blind. And she moves further and further away from the better memories, drowns herself in her sorrows while listening to bitter melodies. And any songs the radio plays she recollects from a time with a mom and a dad she just can't bear to listen to. Smokes and drinks, sells her body for material things, living in the land of the lost and accepting all the shit it brings. She's been abandoned, walking the streets of Camden, watching the normal people, but now she just doesn't understand them.
She chose this road, hopelessly broke, can't see her way through the smoke, addicted to coke, a slave to this bloke, suffocating the hopes. It's hard to cope and far from a joke.
She's gone. Yeah. The massacre begins with warriors on a warpath. The performance is guaranteed to cause destruction. Stand aside and witness as the walls collapse. Confusion, run while you still can. Lost in a madness, fury over combined force. 3 MCs that don't abide by laws. Rebels on the next level, the world is ours. Rap, power that explodes upon the scene again. Nothing can stop us now. Who's gonna laugh last? Tear the place apart, can you handle the mayhem? There's no escape, had to break the silence. Move out of the way cause we don't care for prisoners. Ram raid the gates, somebody hold us back. Vocal explosions and tales from the dark side. The next generation is about to unleash the force. Fear what you hear, Clash of the Titans.
I'm an alien to planet Earth, came here to show my worth. My life's been full of hurt, full of dirt, pushing work, fucking flirt, trying to find a safe house to stash my work. Some fall in love with me blood, yo, I had to splurt. I mean chick quick, my mission's to flip quick. Enough nights I skip kip, gambling without chips, slamming in and out chicks, outlandish, my mans is trying to establish in the rap biz. The facts is that these faggots don't really want me to have niche. Bastards must really want me warning with badness. Come a long way from the youth selling ashes. Stepped up my game, now I'm high up as Mars. Need help with your rap pockets fat, I give classes. Mine S'd up partners, don't mud up your car keys. Terraces, y'all got your bros kicking the asses. Big shout to B.L.A.D.E for calling me out of the marshes, yeah.
King Gritty, baby-faced terrorist, wordsmith perfectionist, destined to be the greatest. Every artist acting dapper Dan, bang bang, 90% couldn't be my hype man. My clan, I always hype, rags type, so off me you won't earn a single stripe. Crack pipe where you got your confidence, my brilliance hits so hard you lose your balance. Had patience but I lost it, F it, get respect even if I've got to take it. Hate it when praised out gritty, anybody doubting me is definitely chitchy. No security, just my codees, scared of nothing except STDs. So take liberties with me, gritty, and I'll bruise you up from head to toe like Bobby did Whitney.
Yeah. Yo, check it. Fresh to death, always keeping his rhymes rotten. It's that natural born spitter with each of your eyes on him. A different villain, you'll see from the science of him. He can prove Batman's only lethal beside Robin. People who try rob him are jokes as well. Cause to be honest, these is broke as hell, but you ain't supposed to tell. An outlaw like Josie Wells, known for dwelling out of space and playing strip poker well, with loads of girls. Chasing birds more than Wile E. Coyote, and he'll bring him to the top in case he finds it quite lonely. Sigh, come on, you know that mighty mice won't be. With all these pretty women with me shining my trophies, or riding my pony, or climbing my oak tree, trying to get a nut from me while I try go sleep. Bring heat like police driving by slowly. Anybody disagreeing's an IDIOT.
Who's the man with the maniac mentality, with a personality to match that delivers vocals with clarity? Who still persists no matter what the odds against all the negative talk and believe that there's always been a God? Who stands in his corner to provide guidance for the performer when times are tough? Stands strong as a boulder, stands the test of time when I was fall by the wayside. He's a Londoner, he ain't from the stateside. Who could take an audience that's half dead and bring them to life again and strike with the force of lightning? Who stood on the streets and sold records out of a bag when most of you were in your nappies and now you're doing the same as that? Who still connects with his fans cause he don't believe he's bigger than them, cause if it wasn't for them he wouldn't be a musician? Who's still hungry and takes pride in achievements and still persists to laugh in the face of all his demons? B.L.A.D.E. B.L.A.D.E. Who believes in himself to the point he's risking everything and still smiles when things go wrong and attacks with guerrilla tactics? Who does this just for the art form, but sweats to quit when the spark's gone and won't stop till the heart's torn. Who ain't in this for the glamour and never gave a monkeys for the fame, cause he don't even like the camera. And still got the same passion as the day that he started it. He's the humble type, he's never been on an ego trip. Who had thousands of people calling him a dreamer on a daily basis and said he'd amount to nothing, but now they're all faceless. Who disappeared into the wilderness when he was ripped off and came back with extra strength and made his career lift off. Maintained focus during this elimination process, connected with Baby J and gave them all more stress. Who gains extra power every time he meets a fraud? Roars cause it's sick of being caged, plus it gives you more.
B.L.A.D.E. B.L.A.D.E.
Who's the kid that used to sit at the back of the bus and beatbox endlessly when you didn't even know what rap was? Who told you were all wrong and that hip-hop was gonna be the music of the future and you all thought he was meant to be gone? Took his last pennies and manufactured his own album, did his own promotion the way you people couldn't fathom. After 2.5 decades, he's still here, still going strong and releasing records each year. Who's the hardest working, one of the longest surviving rap artists who just won't quit regardless of all the nonsense that most of the shallow-minded individuals badmouth about him? He still sparks this. Who kept the fire alive when the industry lacked the faith and kept fighting for the cause, stood on the stage with grace? Who delivered the goods? Who stuck to his guns? Who told you straight that he ain't leaving till it's done?
B.L.A.D.E. B.L.A.D.E.
B.L.A.D.E.
Yo, it goes round and round. Yo, check this out. 7 in the morning, wake to the sound of the baby crying, screaming out for ready breath warning. The artist awake now, search for the break now. Needle on the record in the studio, the playground. Feels like I'm home, disconnect the phone. Lost in the music, in a world of my own. Right to the tracks the Baby J provided. Deep in the mood and I feel like I'm guided. 2 hours late to take a break, make a few calls. Make sure things are on schedule. 4 walls written, recorded and mixed. Need a new tour, talk to promoters on the phone till my jaw sore. Take care of biz, check what's going on in the world of B.L.A.D.E. 691.com. Chat to fans, double check my plans. Jam to a few jams, it's all in the can. It's what I wanna do. Being an artist, producer and a label, calling up promoters to arrange shows when able, working the fingers to the bone till I'm stable. Grass in the background, rehearsing on the turntable. Me on the PC, editing the site, dealing with the viruses right through the night. Never seem to sleep, responding to the emails, downloading porn, but let's ignore the details. Never get calls from females, work out the deals for the merchandise to retail. Touch base with the agents to see what's happening, but they tell me be patient. Tune to the radio station to check mags. Do the artwork for the sleeve like I planned. When it's all done, back to the beats to write to. Look for the spark in the production to ignite too. Round and round and round and round and round and round it goes. It's what I wanna do. With the crew, the show's on. Drive to the club, do the sound check, we're on form. Doors open at 9, the crowd's excited. Get to the stage, grab the mic, ignite it. Everybody scream. This is what it's like when your life's a dream. The audience rowdy, the DJ's deadly. Hype man's hyper, tour manager friendly. Give them 100%, everything in me. Make them understand the true meaning of indie. Show smack, head to the hotel to chill. Got a long drive in the morning, but still adrenaline pumps. I love what I'm into. Must have been one of the best shows I've been to. Feeling kinda tired, head hits the pillow. Tomorrow is the same, round and round it goes. Round and round and round and round and round and round it goes. It's what I wanna do. Round and round and round and round and round it goes. And I can't stop. Round and round and round and round and round and round it goes. It's what I wanna do. Round and round and round. In 86 on the streets, evidence of a culture. Rap's a phenomenon, solid in structure. Crews emerging from out of the back streets. Hijack set trends supreme with bad beats. Command to Sly ahead of his time. Mellow, the most incredible rapper alive. Duke, Merlin, Overlord X. Phase 1 and not forgetting Max LX. And Davey J. Westwood moved to Kiss. On the production, Sparky and Master Mix. 2000 AD with the baddest of breaks. And probably the greatest ever production ever to date. Hard noise is rugged, caveman stunning. London Posse original, keep the tape running. There's more, black radical, fans were fanatical. Cash crew ridiculous, you couldn't keep track of it all. UK hip hop, it's more than just music, it's a way of life. UK hip hop, it's in the air we breathe, you can feel the vibe. UK hip hop, back then everybody did it for the art. UK hip hop, the pioneers made it what it is from the start. We had MCD with 2 times death. Ice pick with skills that took away your breath. Incredible MCs, stand innovation. Cash 22 ahead of their generation. Mark Anderson, the underdog supporter. Cold Ball 60, chaos from order. Gunshot, an example of excellence. Silent eclipse could bury you with a sentence. Mike Allen rose to the challenge. Took a new music form, put it in the balance. DJ Streets ahead, Richard Rich and Sipo. Beatbox extraordinary, man of the people. Yankee, Motion, Danny, Feathers, Cat, Burbs, everyone a rebel. DJ, Togo, Business, Dexter, Brotherhood hit the scene and gave us all extra. UK hip hop, it's more than just music, it's a way of life. UK hip hop, it's in the air we breathe, you can feel the vibe. UK hip hop, back then everybody did it for the art. UK hip hop, the pioneers made it what it is from the start. Cutmaster Swift tore the roof at the final. DMC World Champion was the title. The same here B.L.A.D.E made his entrance. The streets were alive with music with no repentance. She-Rockers, Cookie Crew, Dazzle, Starlight, SAS Syndicate, Killer Man twice, Grizzly, Crazy Naughty, all major movers, all made an impact and made it what it is today. Cosmic Jam was the man with the dopest breaks. Son of Noise, DJ Matter and Renegade, Death Defiance, First Down Deliverance, True Champs amazing, Numbskulls magnificent, 279 gave London a choice. Corporation Dynametrics all had a voice. Blue Eyes organized a few jams, gave us a brand new lease of life and attracted some new fans. UK hip hop, it's more than just music, it's a way of life. UK hip hop, it's in the air we breathe, you can feel the vibe. UK hip hop, back then everybody did it for the art. UK hip hop, the pioneers made it what it is from the start. NSO Force, most dominant. Gutter Snipes, Power Laws, Lords of Rap prominent. Figures in the game, definition of sound that even entered the charts and broke the barriers down. Crispy 3, Silver Bullet, and the most underrated Demon Boys were the coolest. Rougher than animals, straight from the north side. Fresh key and more rock delivered with raw pride. Derek B, unanimous decision. Diffuse bombs with a killer instinct, it's all on. Breaking the illusion, brothers like Outlaw. Brain tax, point blank, everybody was raw. Kids with a passion that kept the fire alive. Put rap on the map and gave us all a lease of life. Remember these names cause they paved the way, cause without them, rap would be dead in the UK. UK hip hop, it's more than just music, it's a way of life. UK hip hop, it's in the air we breathe, you can feel the vibe. UK hip hop, back then everybody did it for the art. UK hip hop, the pioneers made it what it is from the start. UK hip hop.